here beside you in this bed, yeah. But you're wrapped up tight and all I feel is dread. You're stealing all the warmth, leaving me out in the cold. I'm shivering, freezing, can't feel my toes. I reach for the blanket, but you hold it tight. I try to cuddle closer, but you push me aside. I'm left here shivering, tear-chatting away. Can't get no sleep, just wish for warm on the day. Girl, you're taking all the blankets, leaving me cold. In this bed we lie, but I'm feeling so alone. I'm freezing, shivering, can't take it no more. Baby, please, let's find a way to even out the score.
We made plans to meet at 8:30, but when you walked in, oh, it was too late. Your smile was inviting, but something was amiss. I couldn't help but notice, babe, your breath was like a diss. We sat down and ordered some food to share. Every bite I took was tainted by the air. You made me closer, I tried not to flinch, but your breath was so potent, it made my nostrils singe. Bad breath can't stop this love and blue. I'll choose some gum, I'll sacrifice for you. Baby, next time please take care, 'cause I don't know if I can handle that breath of love again.
We stepping out, feeling so fly, looking good, got my swagger on high. Holding hands, walking with pride, but something ain't right. There's funk in the air tonight. We sit down, food smells divine, then she lets one out, and this stench is so strong, it makes me wanna cry.
What up, what up, what up? What's happening with y'all? Ooh, there you go, game showing up now. Yeah, what up? We got the release candidate out. Let's have a little bit of technical difficulties here on the back end. Let's try something new. Trying on TikTok. Let's see how long my TikTok account stays active before it is banned permanently. Because I don't really I don't really hold my tongue, so to speak, so we know everybody over at TikTok is a little more than sensitive. That's why. Oh well, like I said, I'm not gonna have any oh well. Fuck it. Anybody watching over there? No way. What's up, y'all? We're gonna hop in this thing. I'm gonna try some different kind of tests tonight on the PTU. The main thing I want to do is I just want to chill and chat with you guys while we do some engineering tests. And we're talking about whether CIG lies or not, or if they just simply change their mind. As we get more people in here, I'll tell the story. And we can all decide together, was the person in the story lying? Did they change their mind? And I think the two distinctions are very, very important. Let's do New Babbage. Even though this is probably where everybody's going to be doing a whole lot of PvP, because New Babbage has been popular spot for that. Actually, I want to see if we have a working engineering terminal on the whole sea. This for me was a big point of contention. It's just like one of the more popular ships in the game doesn't have working engineering, and we're sitting over here talking about release candidates. So I want to see if they actually fix this or not, or if we're just gonna go to live and, you know, if you're in a whole sea, you're just screwed when it comes to engineering. I've been good, man. How you been? Looks just like your mom's favorite toy. I'm gonna kill it there. And do that. And I'm gonna start it on Twitch. Oh, there it is. Busy. But it's my 3-day work weekend, so also tired. Oh, gotcha. So the Black Door of Death, yeah. There we go. And no engineering terminal. Release candidate, guys, now. I want you guys to remember, if you're watching this back on playback, this is going live this week, and your whole sea doesn't have an engineering terminal that's functional. So I want you guys to think about that for a second. So every whole steel that I come across now, I'm just going to blow it up just because I can. Because it has no chance. It's food. Because apparently that far in the future, you just stand up and do everything. I have no good and logical explanation for that, but I will be making an engineering video once it goes live. I wanted to wait to make sure all of what to change, all of what they want to change is in the seat and not in the seat, but in the game. And that way I can properly scrutinize it. Yesterday on Microtech, I fell forward. So there's progress. There's C's. Put the sniffer, the booty sniffers on here. Little bloodhounds. I do need to make a review on this ship, but I was waiting until engineering came out and we had like the actual stats. Because I think it's like, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's kind of weird to do a review on a ship like right when it comes out, because you can't really review a ship like when it's hype. You have to wait and let the dust settle. You gotta let the hype dust settle down a little bit, and then once they nerf it, it's like then you can do a review. How did half of my missiles get deleted? Whatever. This game is dumb. Yeah, I'm not going back to buy more missiles. Fuck this. We'll just do it half and half, I guess. I'm not really planning on getting into any combat because I'm solo. But you never know this game. I could just get jumped. Do I want to print PDCs right now? I don't think I do. I really just want to see if I can really get these engineering settings down right and do some tests. Alright, let me grab some fucking armor and shit. Bring this ship up. bag. This. They need personal loadouts. Set it and it grabs it for you, or the next equivalent. Dude, they'll have to do like R&D and make new tech for it before that shit actually comes out. I'm gonna do another quality of life video. First one I didn't really hit that well. I mean, it was at kind of like a downtime. But with engineering coming out, I think it's time I do another quality of life video. I have some really good ones. So more content is coming. It's just this thing has to go live first, and then I'll make some videos. It's been a while since I've done that too. Holy shit. If I quick buy something, it's just go directly into my backpack. Like, what's the point of quick buying if I have to go all the way to the terminal to get it? It doesn't make sense. Because I'm gonna get thirsty in like fucking 10 minutes for no apparent reason. Hey buddy, yeah, you shouldn't be pointing your gun at the fucking ceiling. What kind of game is it? What kind of military bearing do these people have? If your muzzle's pointing anywhere other than your target or the deck, bro. The lying is what I do when I point out the truth about CIG changing their mind. It's what CIG does when they get caught with their pants down. It's a fairly good point. Fairly good point. Now, there's only 5 of y'all in here, but I feel like when it's just 5 of us, 6 of us, instead of it feel like I'm talking to like an audience, I feel like we're like in a circle and we're just like having a conversation. You know, I'm kicking back on a Saturday night, just talking about life. Except you guys just watch me play Star Citizen. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story. And I said I was gonna do this when the stream first started, and I don't want to forget. So when I was a kid, my stepdad, who was a dick by the way, he had promised me and my sister that he would take us to Six Flags during the summer. It was like gonna be like on a Saturday. He was gonna pick us up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're gonna go to Six Flags, and we're gonna be there all day, right? And this is the Saturday prior to this, right? He's telling us this, and for a week, me and my sister were like ecstatic. We were like over the moon because, you know, finally, our stepdad is like, he's being cool finally. He's finally acting kind of like a parent, right? However, you know, did things turn out that way exactly? No, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. So that week, me and my sister were like confirming because, you know, for us, when something's too good to be true, it usually is. Or that's how I used to think. I don't really think like that anymore. But back then, that was my train of thought. And so, like, I had the expectation that, hey, this probably isn't gonna end up great. So during the week, you know, during the week, we are just confirming with my mom and my stepdad that, hey, you know, this is actually happening, right? And they're like, yeah, it's happening, you know. And as we get closer and closer to the next Saturday, like, we talk about it slowing down. And then, like, one day on the way to school, not to school, I forgot where I was going. It was summertime. I wasn't going to summer school that year. I had asked my mom, like, hey, are we going to eat there or should we, like, pack food? And she's like, oh, you guys are going to pack a lunch. I was like, all right, cool. And so that's when my mom's like, hey, we should go to the grocery store so we can get, like, more stuff, you know, because, like, we don't have a whole lot of stuff at the house right now. And she was like, oh, I'll bring the stuff home with me, like, on Saturday. So I was like, or not Saturday, but Friday, before that we were supposed to go. She's going to bring everything that we needed. She's going to bring everything with her. Do I not have enough power somewhere? Oh my god, we're gonna die. This is your captain here, and we are having some technical difficulties. I don't know why that wouldn't automatically put power into a pit. Like, that's fucking retarded. But anyway, and I wound up telling my sister like that Friday night. I was like, hey, I don't think this is gonna happen. My sister was like, you know, just give him a chance. My sister has like the biggest heart. She was like, just give him a chance. You know, everything will work out good. She's like the biggest optimist, right? And I'm just like, man, I don't know. So Saturday comes, we wake up, we get ready. 9 o'clock hits, nothing. 10 o'clock hits, nothing. 12, 11, or 11, 12, 1, you get the picture, right? And so, later that evening, my mom and my stepdad both come home, and like, we want to know what happened. You know what the answer was? The answer simply was, I changed my mind. That was the answer. Now, I know I'm telling a personal story about my life and, you know, how I grew up and things like that. But I think it still highlights to me something important. And that is, when does a lie become a lie? You know, and I think that's fundamental here. Because to some people, you know, changing your mind about something is not lying. But I think that it is lying when you had the intent to do something else, all the while knowing that you had no intention on fulfilling that promise. That is a lie. At least in my opinion. Now, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong for thinking my stepdad life, if I'm wrong for thinking Chris Robert lies, if I'm wrong for thinking that lying and changing your mind is not the same thing. You know, y'all can tell me if I'm crazy. Because they didn't lower it a lot. So we're going to go down here to this engineering terminal. And we're going to try to do this power management. So I'm going to go through real quick as we go down to the bottom of the ship, to the engineering terminal. I'm going to go through one of the big changes that I think they need for engineering. In every space, there needs to be a button somewhere on the wall to shut off ventilation. Because we have, like in the Navy, on our ships, we have emergency ventilation shutoffs like everywhere on the ship, right? And you would want that, especially in a place like where you have components, especially. Like, you don't have to have them everywhere, right? Theoretically, you would want them everywhere, but you should definitely have them in the spaces where you have components. That's what I think. Kind of sounds like it, right? I mean, that's what a logical person would think, right? What do you call this? Zebra. Now what I need to do is go into here. Now we're in nav mode. So essentially what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to invent the ship. Just give me doors real quick. We need an open all door function on this terminal. Fuck, I need to go back up to the bridge. God damn it. Now, I guess the question is, and this is a subjective one, is do you believe that Chris Roberts had the intention on fulfilling his promises? Now, I think that's where the question's going to lie with a lot of people. You know, where was his intent? I want that one closed anyway. That one can stay open because I'm venting those spaces. Now, does anybody here feel or think that Chris Roberts had any real intention on fulfilling his promise of a higher star systems? Turn this off. Lock that one open for now. Lock that one open for now. And for now, also please note that if you lock your doors on your ship and you do not unlock them before you can't tell what door I have selected here. If you don't unlock your doors before you get back into your ship, like say like I have my doors locked for whatever reason, I go land my ship, I get out of my ship and I go try to get back into my ship, you can't unlock the doors from the outside. So keep that in mind. But hey guys, this is Release Candidate. We're going live, baby. Alright, now I need rooms. Should sharpen on, so that's good. Mess hall. I turn that one off. Turn that one off. 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 Previous already off. Off. We're going to leave that on just because under normal circumstances you would want to have your all of your turrets manned, even though that one's kind of useless. So we're just going to leave that on just because that's how you would actually want to do it. This one should have O2, and I need to go close these doors on the other side. So that should stay open. Because O2 is pumping in here from here. So I'm going to close that one. Oh, this thing did not stay open. Okay, just open the door from here real quick. I'm going to close this door. Oh my god, this is so bad to use. I hate how people frame the 100 star systems, even though that was a part of the stretch goals post Kickstarter. So what after the vote for a larger scope, from what I understand? Well, it's not even for me. It's oh my god. Why is that door? That door is closed. So the 100 star systems thing, like, how can I frame this? Like like if you knew early on, like, hey, 100 star systems is going to be, you know, difficult for us to do it, like for whatever reason, right? You should have been communicating that early on and not. You should have been communicating that early on and not saying like, oh, we're gonna do it, oh, we're gonna do it, oh, we're gonna do it, and then all of a sudden like, oh, we can't do it at the last minute, saying that you can't do it. It's like you have a project due, and you're responsible for like a part of the project, and you're saying like, oh yeah, I can do it, I can do it, I can do my part, I can do my part, I can do my part, but when it's time for to turn in the project, you're like, oh, I don't have my part, I couldn't do it. And you're like, what? You said that you were gonna do it. And it's like, well, actually, instead of 100, I can only do 5. And the rest of your group is like, oh, well, you know, our grade depends on your portion of the project. You know what I mean? So it's just like how long ago did they know that they couldn't do 100-star systems? Did they know in 2020? Did they know in 2018? Like, when did they know? Because I think that piece of information itself is crucial to our understanding. I don't even know why I closed all these fucking doors. I'm gonna have to do this shit again in SCM mode. Everywhere I am on the ship should be... Yeah, we should be frosty up in here. Hello? That must be locked open. Because, like, if you knew, like, in 2017 that you couldn't do 100-star systems, but you were, you know, see, that one was locked. I couldn't interact with the door, even though I'm the ship owner. I had to come all the way back here to close that shit. See, I should be able to just switch the ship from nav to SCM like right here, bro. And it wouldn't even have to like change the ship setting. It would just change it when I change the ship. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? November 18, 2012 was 4.5 million with 60 planets at launch. So even 60, like when did you know you couldn't do 60? You know, like what I wouldn't do is like if I was doing a Kickstarter, right, for a project, I wouldn't say, oh guys, we got more money, we can add more stuff. I would be like, hey guys, we got more money, what we have, we can make better quality. You see what I'm saying? It was 60 systems. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Oh shit, I got to open all the damn doors again. So it's like, you know, like when did they change their mind and when did they lie? I feel like as the player base, we deserve these answers because it was our money that they took. You know, well, they didn't get done for me in 2012, but you know, when I joined the game, like they took our money based on, even like when I joined, it was still like, oh, there's going to be 100-star systems when the game comes out, and that was like what, 2023, thereabouts. So, you know, it was Get off the ladder right here. Off. Oh my god, dude. For some reason you can't get off there. I'm just gonna go off. Sorry about that, y'all. Alright, seems like we got everything correct. Now we gotta run to the ship again. You guys been clarified that this means that only backers will be able to start there, but anyone can travel there? Oh, so they were supposed to, oh my god, why would, put the goddamn fuse back. Oh my god, bro. This game's interactions are so bad. So bad. Imagine I was trying to do something critical, and instead of like hitting close on this thing, I pull the effing fuse out. Put the goddamn fucking relay back, bro. Now, technically, since we're in space, we shouldn't get any fires because everything is vented. Technically speaking. That's kind of my point. So it's like, when did it become a lie? You know, like when did they know that they weren't going to be able to do this? I don't know. The plans just changed, right? It's like, it's like Chris Roberts is saying he's taking us to Six Flags, right? And he says, I'm gonna take you next Saturday. Saturday right is like, oh no, I meant next Saturday. This weekend I'm busy. The next Saturday comes, it's like, oh no. My family's in town. Cindy's in town, and she wants to do some weird BDSM stuff. I don't know. And then he eventually says, well, you know what? I actually can't take you to Six Flags after all, but I can take you to the mini golf place, you know, with the slow go-karts. Like, I can take you there. And you're like, well, this isn't what you said. He's like, it's not what I said, but it's what I can actually do. Shouldn't be able to hear that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to, like, be out in Pyro, somewhere like that. I wanted to be like in Pyro, something like that. And then some idiot crew forgets to, you know, put their shields on for the Pyro Star. And then all of a sudden, you know, they're that's the next thing I want to test. This is the EM signature. If does turning off the lights fix that or lower it? It should definitely lower the EM signature. Okay, let's go to self status real quick. Our EM is 31.7. Yeah, I remember 31.7 because I probably won't. Run through the ship again. Turn off all the lights. Guess I can't turn those lights off. Darken ship. Darken ship. I need to get a bosun whistle sound. So I start giving y'all commands out here. That's not what I wanted. Oh my god. Why is the light switch on the freaking door like that? That wasn't annoying at all. I think the light switch is down there somewhere. Yeah, I think the lights are down here. course there are lights inside of here. Why would there be lights in here? I'm gonna have to go back down. I should have stayed down there. Yeah, I need to make like a Word document of engineering quality of life changes that we need. Or was it AM 31.7? Does not load your EM. That should. It's not my fault if they don't have ships that are not up to gold standard yet, but I'm gonna put it on here anyway. Let's put my little Word document. To engineering terminal should be able open/close all doors. 3 engineering terminal should be able to spaces with components need the ability to manually ventilate rooms. You still can't just say eject from a disabled wolf, and now they made a second one. Such a joke company. There's a lot of ships you can't eject from. You can eject from a it's really hard to get out of the Ion and Inferno too. Both of those ships break. We need there should be automatic fire suppression. It's not there's not that there isn't, because there is an eject button there. But what happens is when your power plant gets destroyed for the final time, I think it bugs out and it gets stuck, right? So either you have to hit Alt-Y and hope that works, or what you have to do is that you have to actually log out of the game, log back in, because it's going to, combat time you, put you back in the same spot. and then your ejection button actually works. But usually by then you're probably going to be dead anyway. And I'm really wondering, guys, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm really wondering how long it'll be until the Bobs start complaining about the component sniping with engineering, because I already know like what's going to happen is, and a lot of PvP encounters is the best pilots in the top tier orgs. All they're going to do is they're going to roll up to you in fighters because of the weapons. They're going to roll up to you in fighters, and they are going to simply just snipe your components and disable you. And the more times you repair, the more opportunities that you have for your power plant to actually go critical and you explode. And you know, with these side split components, you can't replace them on the fly. So you're just kind of, in a way, stuck with them in a lot of ways. Now what I want to do is I want to fly into atmosphere with the life support off and see how much oxygen we get back into the rooms and how long it would take to reventilate the ship. So let me go back towards Microtech. Like I'm a fan of PvP, right? I think I lean more on the side of PvP than I do PvE. However, I'm saying this because, in all honesty, this is just simple fairness, that I don't believe that components should start taking damage until the hull has reached 0 health points, or it's very low, right? I feel like the hull should be like around 30% before the components take damage. That's just how I feel about it, though. I don't know how anybody else feels about it. I wouldn't blame you for feeling differently. But it just feels like the hulls are made out of paper, the way that they're doing the bullet penetration right now. And in my opinion, a good way to balance it would be to have it to where the hull needs to be weak, extremely weak, for the components to start taking damage. Because like they're just like in the Perseus, for example, literally the components for the power plants are like, I can't really use the arrow in third person anymore, but they're literally like around, you know, where the wings are, or just like where the airlocks are on the ship. The components are basically right there, like on the edge. They're not even like that protected, right? So in a game where you have rewarded ganking, right? And this is why a lot of the organizations like Grease4Net and all these other organizations love Master Mode so much, is because you can gank people. You know, like a lot of these multi-crew ships are just not going to stand a chance against a bunch of Buccaneers with size 4 weapons, a bunch of Hornets with size 4 weapons, you know, a bunch of arrows, or not arrows, but a bunch of Avengers with size 4 weapons, just relentlessly shooting at your ship and just stripping your armor all the way off. Because it doesn't matter where your ship's getting hit, right? And I believe since it doesn't matter where your ship's getting hit currently, then until they have Maelstrom online, then it should be to where your components don't start taking damage until your whole health is low. And that would maybe, you know, give a small crew a chance to either save their ship and fight back, or at least, you know, if they were to focus on the interdiction ship, it will at least give them time to locate and destroy that ship, or get missiles on it or something. Do something to the interdiction ship to break the field. That way they have a chance to get away. Engineering without Maelstrom is a bad idea and a waste of money. Maelstrom would let them negate some of the component sniping by letting them place heavy armor to place over around components. Exactly. But like I said, like if you're not doing that currently, right, and what you want to do is what they're doing right now, which is basically allowing fighters to have such a big meta in the game. It's like you have to do something so that the players have a chance to fight back, because I already know what's going to happen. This is going to come out over the holiday break. I heard rumors that they're going to bring back Jumptown. And all it's going to be is people are going to be like, yeah, we have engineering or multi-crew ships, and none of that shit's going to matter, because they're going to go there, right? And fighters, within 10 to 30 seconds, are going to disable their multi-crew ships. And they're not going to have a fucking chance. Opening all doors. I heard something flying out here. Let me open my doors real quick. What we really need in this game is some livestock hauling. All right, let's close the doors up. I'm just keep our head on the swivel out here. running. I gotta try to simulate as much of the combat environment as possible. Is it safe? I'd say up until Invictus in 2026, it's probably going to be a wild ride. Let's see. It looks like we didn't retain hardly any oxygen. There's a little bit of oxygen in here, in the torpedo bay. Bro, what the fuck is this UI? Like, what am I clicking on? Jeez. Alright, torpedo bay is good. Bridge is good. Got a little bit up here, but that's okay. We got a little bit in the crew quarters, but that's okay. All right. So it seems like it looks like going into atmosphere really doesn't bring that much oxygen back into the ship. So you should be able to just go into space, vent really quickly, and continue about your missions. If you gotta like, and I went down to microtech. I didn't like go down to a moon. So if I went to a moon, they'd probably be like less. You probably get a lot less oxygen inside the ship. Damn it, where's Canop? I need him to come here so we can test. I need my turret gunner. You gotta say his name 3 times or something from the up here. I think it's on the other side, right? Yeah. might have, oh, I do have a tractor beam with me, I think. Different kind of jet right here. You gotta be kidding me, come on now. Hold that for me, buddy. Did he tank that shit? What the hell? Put on that little Mustang. Think the size 5 torpedo. I might want to try some shredders on this thing. Oh man, I just wish the shredders had more ammo though, that's the only problem. You get a lot less ammo. I also think they were threatened that they need to start showing progress. So, you know, Chris is gonna put things out even though they're broken. Because he wants to be like, see, look, we're making progress. Couldn't tractor beam this into the ship. I mean, shoot, I even think like exposing yourself to the vacuum of space should be dangerous in this game. Like, you shouldn't just, like, be in space, right? I think I was all the way to Hurston. God damn. I'm gonna grab me a drink and do some push-ups during the motherfucking jump. BRB. Let's see what this dude is. He's not even online. She has not been like me and passed out. What are some other things you guys think about engineering? Like some quality of life things that you guys can think of? So far, I have like a little list going here. So, turning off interior lights should lower EM signature. Engineering terminals should be able to switch between nav and SCM modes. Engineering terminals should be able to open and close all doors. Engineering terminals should be able to turn off all lights. Spaces with opponents need the ability to manually ventilate rooms. And there should be automatic fire suppression. The last one, I don't really see them like trying to do anytime soon. Got the quantum bug. That's nice. Overclocking the quantum drive so you can get someone in a reasonable time. Yeah, I like that. Write that one in there. I also think the fire indicator needs to be a different color than the damage indicator. Like, those have to be different colors. Shit, Kenneth had to fight a phantom fire the other day. Last time I was on here. This should function like an actual airlock. These are just fucking doors. I also think we need that old thing back of being able to turn off our engines and maneuvering thrusters one by one. I need some illegal runs though. Probably gonna be fighting around Port Tressler.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
That was Everest Harbor. I might be fighting here too. I always get Port Tressler and Everest Harbor mixed up to this day.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off. Shields are off.
I gotta go down here good. It's gonna be good.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off. Auto drive is now on. Is now off. Shields are off.
God damn it.
Shields are off.
It's in the armistice zone. I've been wanting to torp one of those for a long time.
Docking request initiated. Docking unavailable. Landing gear deployed. Warning. Leaving safe zone.
Ooh. Smack my engines. Oh god, no! Oh my fucking god, this game! Bro. Oh fucking god, dude. This is like the 5th time this has happened to me, this fucking PTU cycle. The fucking doors, man. It's ready for live, guys, and I have to re-fucking log. And reclaim my ship. Perfect PTU cycle, y'all. But if I ask for more, I'm asking for too much. You know what I mean? If I'm asking for more, I'm asking for too much. Guys, we got VR, so everything's good. We can just ignore how shit everything is and close that. Don't want to see that right now. Shit. Well, I thought I had a gun on me, so let me go get one of those. I guess everything has a little silver lining, and my purchase is probably unknown. No, it's here. They can marvel at the scale of the game for another 14 years in VR. I think that's what they want. I think all that CIG wants is people just trying to suck them off all the time, and no one trying to hold them ever accountable for anything they do. It could be like, oh my god, you see that? You see that? Look at how big everything is. It's like, dude, give me a fucking break. What kind of shitty weapons can I get here? Corner rifles, the best thing I got here. It'll have to do. Yeah, see, feels like town squares, not like Night City that has some real scale. Yeah, it's not like you can actually go around the fucking city, so it's like I don't understand like what you're marveling at. Like I need to go to a I'm gonna do another quality of life video. I'm gonna reiterate on this. Like these things right here, also need to have item inventories attached to them, so I don't have to like leave the screen and go somewhere else to get my items. This is retarded. To come all the way out here just to get my stuff on, it's ridiculous. might do these one by one because somehow the equip all functions not here. It's gonna carry that one. That's fine. I'll put it back here in a minute. I mean, like, yeah, like all this stuff is like, it has scale to it, but most of the scale is just empty. It's not like you can actually really do anything here besides go to the hospital, go to the bar, and go to the stores. That's really it. There's like no real gameplay that's here. Unless you consider shopping to be gameplay, then that's, you know, something different.
Now arriving from Visa Spaceport. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
Yeah, they could do that. The movie glass is so bad too. Could you imagine having to look at everything holographically through here? That would somehow be terrible. Like the shopping thing, if we had it in the movie glass, would probably either look like a contract manager or something like this, or it would look like this, which is also terrible. And we still don't have our new vehicle loadout manager yet. I think they promised that shit the first year I got into the game, 2023. They talked about that year. So, oh no. Pay fine. How about you suck my... I'm not even gonna say it. Came here for a motherfucking mission, only to get my shit impounded because of the fucking game. Can you imagine? Oh shit, I'm supposed to get this shit from here. I'm over here, anxious to leave and shit. Y'all was gonna let me leave too, man. Y'all was gonna let me walk all the way up out of here without getting these pods. Y'all ain't shit. It's not really engineering, but giving flight controls over to the co-pilot would be nice. I mean, you just need that anyway. I mean, technically, you should be able to fly the ships from the engineering terminals. You should be able to fly them from there, because like, and on the Navy, like we can pilot the ship from engineering, from aft steering. We can pilot the ship from down there. I wasn't qualified to do it, but I know other people who were. Hello? Cryopods? Where are thou? Oh, I probably even put them on the fucking thing, did I? I didn't even transfer them over. Sure didn't. There should be like no way that you can get out of here with this shit. This should be like a lot harder than just coming here and picking some shit up. I didn't move it again, bro. Playing musical elevators over here and shit. $15 times the charm. We got cryopods in the game now. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a bonus teaser to the next video I'm gonna make after 4.5 goes live. One of the things I wanna put as a quality of life suggestion to the game. We should be able to take our things and stack them I say please don't go missing. But you get what I'm saying. We should be able to stack our things just like how you could stack it right here on the cargo grid. Give you guys an example. Even off the cargo grid, I should be able to stack things like this, right? And then by either clicking left mouse button, right mouse button together, or right mouse button, pick all of these things up at the same time and move them. Instead of having to move them one by one, I could essentially pick up the whole stack, and then you can also scale this by actually giving these tractor beams with their max capacity. And if they want to add in batteries, you know, it could drain more battery, but I don't think they're going to add batteries to these things anytime soon. And instead of having to go back and forth and pick these things up one by one, I could have carried all 4 of these pods over here and snapped them to the next cargo grid, instead of having to do this. Because this shit is lame. Like, I get like Chris wants physicalized cargo, but he can't make it painful. Like moving physicalized cargo right now in the game is just very, 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 very painful. And we need something that's a system that is intuitive. Because like, how long has this shit been out? How long has this shit been out? And they haven't even made an attempt to make things easier for us. It's like, oh yeah, we'll make it easier for you. Buy this new fucking robot looking thing that moves slower than shit. It's just like, nah, we just need to be able to stack things up like that and pick them up at once and move them. Like if we could have had that, we didn't need the Atlas. You don't need that shit. You just need to make a system that's functional and makes sense. And that is all. Nothing more, nothing less, right? Why is this on here? You should be on you. Should have got one of the monocle things too. But where the fuck am I going? Like I would honestly much rather have that quality of life thing I was talking about, the stacking of boxes and like items. I'd rather have that shit over VR. If oh my god, my game just crashed. How long can this continue? It's ready for live, guys. You guys think it's ready for live? I think it's ready. I tell them just send it, bro. Trying, guys, I'm trying. I always get one person watching me on Twitch and they will never say nothing.
Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Oh God.
Takeoff complete.
What was I saying earlier? Yeah, I was saying that I wish somebody would have taken the time out of their day to make the cargo stacking
Raised.
like off grid, like work, so we could move things easier, rather than somebody sitting around doing something to make VR. I mean, don't get me wrong, VR is cool and all, but I think everything else would just be like way more impactful if we could do it that way.
Auto driver is now on.
feel like they make this thing a little bit more maneuverable. Just normally it kind of feels just agile when I'm in VTOL mode. Need to find some more crewmates too. It's gonna get very difficult to play this game solo with engineering, because the ganking is gonna be real. Probably add some purples, not some purples, some pinks, some dark pinks, and some reds to that. Definitely not getting through all that shit. Yikes. Does anybody even go to Pyro anymore? I'm legit curious. I think Star Citizen would have been better if it was made like with a voxel, kind of like how Space Engineers was made. I just think Voxel, especially like they're trying to do shit like Maelstrom and try to have like all this armor type shit. Voxel would have been so much better for the game. Look, it's already happening, guys. Having your ship instantly become unusable because an arrow shot you with 2 size 1 Gatlings. This is the game y'all wanted, though. It's the game they wanted. Y'all wanted this slow ass master mode. Y'all wanted this. I do not know if that purchase is made or not, but I'm not sticking around to find out. Especially with no gunner. And this is why, guys, you always must keep your head on a swivel. Imagine if I just stayed there He'd be like, oh, that person is not going to shoot me. We could have been foolish, but I would much prefer to be alive.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
Do y'all even come out here to pyro at all? That place is far. 70. God damn.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
I'm gonna go check again, and if not, then I'm just gonna put this mission on the back burner for right now. I mean, it's only PTU anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I complete it or not.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
It's abandoned. That wasn't down there before. Unless I wasn't close enough to see it.
Docking request initiated. Docking unavailable. Landing gear deployed.
And why do we have this gel ass rain that sticks to the windscreen? Where's the damn cargo elevator at? There it is. Bro, why would you do that?
Landing complete.
Yeah, that's not cinematic at all, though. Like, was the rain made out of gel? Is the rain made out of some type of gelatin? Think about it again. Like in a situation like this where you're in a place where anybody could potentially be hostile, like having to move your cargo one by one out of the elevator, how much time you could save if you could pick everything up at one time and just move it. I literally could save myself like a minute right here. Another thing they should do in this ship, get rid of this stupid little pool table here, because this doesn't even fucking work anyway, and just put a simple little tier 3 med bed in here. That's all I'm asking for. Like, this could have been like a partial medical clinic right here. I mean, of course, it's right next to where you eat, but who cares? On my ship, medical was right next to the galley too, so. Oh, we went the wrong way. Y'all ever eat something and be good as hell and be like, man, I want some more of that? And it's like there's no more because you ate it all? I need to take the change log because the Perseus feels so maneuverable right now.
Landing gear raised.
So the Firefox. You really get into quantum before I start looking at everything here. Still in Pyro, gotta always be aware of my surroundings and
Target acquired. Target acquired.
I'm not going to patch it. I'm just gonna get out in deep space here and stop for a second. I wanted to check the change log real quick because I did not even really look at the patch notes too much. Let's see if we have anything in there for the let's see, check the change log here real quick. Oh no, only two things changed with the ships. I don't know, Perseus feels like it's a lot more maneuverable than it was. It does not feel as sluggish. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. guess we can just test some ship loadouts. I'm gonna go buy weapons and stuff again though. Run out of money for all this stuff. I should have just reset my PTU account, but I get tired of doing that. Damn, my voice like that NyQuil, huh? Hate you like NyQuil.
Quantum drive is now. Landing gear deployed.
Oh, these are the small pads. I can make it work though.
landing gear raised.
Oh, wow. We're almost kind of trippy now. Like they've added more colors in here. I mean, I haven't really gotten into any fights because I don't have a gunner. So I really haven't been able to test it, but I've been able to test a couple of things that I wanted to see. I'm not really going to be able to test the ship until live because I don't have any good components in the PTU. So I'm not actually going to know how the ship performs. And one of the reasons I haven't made a review yet is because I wanted to see, because I already knew the ship was going to get nerfed. I knew the ship wasn't going to stay in the state that it was when it came out. I knew they were going to change it, and then engineering was coming out. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just wait until. I might as well just wait. Until everything is out, and then I can just test it because I have good components, or good enough components. I won't say I have the best of everything, but I have enough of everything, if that makes sense.
Auto drive is now on.
Yeah, I mean they're changing a lot of stuff. I also want to make a video on why they can't balance this stuff, but again, I want to wait until it's live because then the changes are like the changes that we get in when it comes live, they're gonna be like that for at least like a month and a half before we get changes to them. So I would rather make a video based on that information than to make one preemptively and it be like outdated. Like I already knew with something as temperamental as engineering coming online and how people are already reacting to it and stuff like that. I already knew it was going to be kind of like you shouldn't really like jump ahead and like make videos because they're going to be wrong fairly quickly. And I think that's kind of the issue with the culture, not just Star Citizen, but you know, culture as a whole, culture in general, is that when something happens, like we report on it, like, or we want to be the first to put a video out on it just so we can be the first. But in reality, it's like you would actually want to be correct and accurate. And if that takes you a while to be correct and accurate, then I'd rather be correct and accurate, or more correct, because I've had time to see like their pattern and how they're updating stuff. Well, we already kind of see the pattern, how they have just totally switched the weapons back to how they were in 4.4. The one very thing that was going to help multi-crew ships in PTU no longer can help multi-crew ships, so like, I mean, we're all kind of screwed, like no matter what. And then you put on the fact that the Perseus only has size 3 weapons. It's just not enough, and they're not in a good enough position to where they can actually keep fighters at distance, right? At least if one of the, you know, the turret on top of the bridge, if that one was a size 4, it would be a lot better, you know. And I understand, like, hey, you don't want to give it a size 4 because you give it a size 4 and then you have 20 torpedoes, you have a lot of damage. But at the same time, you need to be able to keep fighters off of you. And from what I've seen, like some of the, like Moist Noodle and Space Cutlet, what they've been doing with the Perseus and these other multi-crew ships during this PTU cycle, it's just, they're easily destroying multi-crew ships, like without much sweat. And when this goes live and that becomes a thing, I think we're going to really start seeing how bad it actually really, and how bad it is. And I'm going to be here for all of it. This is going to be my time, guys. Short stream tonight. But if we can get Ken out tomorrow, or if I can find some other crew, we'll take this out and we'll test this zebra setting to see if we can prevent fires. If it catches on fire when there's no atmosphere, then obviously that's an issue, and obviously that's something that we need to call out, because the best part of damage control is preventing, is being preemptive. And if I have no oxygen in the space, I should expect no fires, and I think that's fair. You guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and be kind to those who are kind to you. I'll see you next time.